Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the Chris Talk Show. Let's get into it. What's up, listeners? I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. All right, folks. Let's get into our topic for this episode. All right, let's get into this top topic. I hope all my listeners are enjoying the weather. All my listeners in New York, I hope y'all enjoying the weather. It's kind of crazy, but it has been hot over the last few days. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, folks. I want to thank all my new listeners for joining in, and all my old listeners. Oh, can we fix the mic? Can we? Thank you. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, all my new listeners, thank you for tuning in, and all my old listeners, thank you for tuning in. Let's get into our top topic for this episode, which is going to be parents are charged with involuntary manslaughter after their son dies while crossing the street. People,
bruh.
You already know. I'm going to let Sarah report the story, as always, and I'm going to give you my view and my opinion at the end. Sarah, the floor is... Would you stop? Sarah, the floor is yours. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Chris. The parents of a 7-year-old boy who was fatally hit by a car while crossing the street with an older child have been charged with involuntary manslaughter and remain in prison on a $1.5 million bond. According to police, the child was struck and killed by a Jeep Cherokee being driven by a 76-year-old female in Gastonia, a city west of Charlotte, NC. On May 27, authorities confirmed in a statement. The incident occurred just before 6 o'clock p.m. while the boys were walking without an adult present. The preliminary investigation revealed that the child was attempting to cross the street outside of a crosswalk with another juvenile male, aged 10, when he entered the roadway and was hit. Police said, after sustaining life-threatening injuries, the child was transported to Caramount Regional Medical Center and later transferred to Levine Children's Hospital in Charlotte. Tragically, he succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead near 10 p.m. Police confirmed, in such cases, adults must be held accountable for their responsibilities to ensure a safe environment for their children. Police wrote, adding that there is currently no evidence indicating that the driver was speeding or in violation of traffic laws when the child was hit. Police have not released the boy's name, though his parents said in an interview with WSOC before their arrests that his name was Legend, and that the child with him was his older brother. His father told WSOC that he was on the phone with his eldest son at the time of the incident, and that he just ran when he heard him yelling. Shortly before the accident, the family had been in a food line close to their home and where the young boy was hit. Their mother said the boys asked if they could go to the subway next door and then make the 2-block walk home afterwards. Legend was killed on that short walk home. No charges have been filed against the driver, who police say remains cooperative in the investigation. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Sarah, for that report. Thank you. I also want to thank who brought us this report this time. People. All right. I also want to thank people for this report. Thank you very much. All right, folks. Let's do what we do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the point of the show. I give you my view and my opinion on this particular topic. And the first thing I want to say is, as always, yo,
bruh.
Really. And I think, in my opinion, the parents hold some responsibility. Do I think the woman who was driving the car, do I think she holds any responsibility? Not really. You think so, Ed? You think so? Anyway, what's up, Ed? I forgot to say what's up to y'all today. What's up, Ed? How you doing, man? But do you think, to all my listeners, do you really think this woman holds some type of responsibility to this situation? Kind of. But then again, no, I don't think so. Because, and I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about how's the boy? The oldest one's like 10, right? What are they doing? Okay, out at 10 p.m. walking the street. I don't care if the store's at the corner. What are they doing out there?
Bruh.
I'm just keeping it real. What are they doing out there? Hey, yo, can you change my music real quick? Can you change my background? Please. Thank you. But what are they doing out there, folks? No, the other one. Yeah, thank you. But what are they doing out there? At 10 p.m. Why are they outside? Why haven't these parents or the adults in the house come outside to go get whatever was needed for the kids? Why is the kids going out at 10 p.m.? Now, these are some lazy ass parents.
Bruh.
Let's call it like we see it, Ed. These are some lazy ass parents.
Wait, what?
Lazy ass parents, because they could have walked to the store by themselves. The parents could have walked to them stores by themselves at 10 o'clock. Listen, I'm a parent myself. My children are not going out at 10 o'clock at night. I don't care if the store is downstairs.
Bruh.
I'm just speaking from a parent's view. But no, that's not going to happen. Not in the slightest bit is that going to happen. So can we give this parent the dummy buzzer real quick? Yes, can we twice? Do it twice. One more time, please. And can we give some church bells for the life that was lost in this situation, please? Thank you. Now, like I always say, I tell my listeners, I'm a two-headed coin. So when I think that the driver in some way but at a very low level, because this driver should have been paying attention to where they were driving, what they were doing. They should have been paying attention to the road. Now, listen, people, a lot of people like to push their gas when they roll past a red light. Was that the situation? Was she rolling past a red light? Okay, so still, but do I think and this is what was just asking me, do I think, because somebody trying to change the conversation, do I think the parents should be held responsible? Yes, and more yes.
Bruh.
Yes, because by the age of these children, their parents should have taught them how to properly cross the street. Now, this is where I believe they have some what's the word here? Responsibility. Yes, this is where I think the parents take responsibility at, because your children should know how to cross the street. Okay? They should know how to cross the street.
Bruh.
They should. Now, all my listeners, now I know y'all have this going on in your neighborhood. To all my listeners, I'm going to ask you this question. Please comment. Okay? In your neighborhood, I'm just asking this, throwing it out there. In your neighborhood, do you see 5 or 6 year old kids going to school by themselves?
Bruh.
Ed, don't do that. Because you don't live in a melanin community. I mean, some of y'all Caucasians, y'all drive put them on a little bus, you know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Or drive them home, or what? Drive them to school or whatever.
Bruh.
But still, I'm just asking all my listeners, how many kids do you see in your neighborhood that are under 10 walking to school by themselves, or at least with their older siblings.
Bruh.
Stop hating that, Ed. For real. Just stop hating. But how many of them do you see?
What?
Just let me know. Hit me in the comments and let me know what's going on. But yes, these parents, to some extent, they should hold responsibility, because at this age, what was the kid? 10? By 10? By 10, he should know how to cross the street. Just period.
Bruh.
Tie his shoes and a whole bunch of other. He should know how to do by the age of 10.
Bruh.
And then when you go to certain states, and we have done the research. Ed, you did the research too, right? According to our research, there's at least about, 16? I want to be correct. What was it? 20. Okay, there's 20 states in this country. You can look it up yourself, listeners. But there's at least 20 states in this country, all right, where your child, as long as they're 10 years old, okay, legally, you can leave them in the house.
Bruh. Bruh.
Why, Ed? Why? Well, that's debated, okay? What my producer has, Silent Ed has voiced, is that he don't think that 10 is old enough. But, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, to me, I would agree with that, because I think around 10, or at least 11, the child should at least know how to cook for themselves, okay?
Yeah!
Clean up the house.
Yeah!
Throw out the, I mean, they should know how to take care of household by at least 10.
Yeah!
Don't do that again, Ed.
Bruh.
It's just the basics. By 10, your child should know the basics of dealing with a house. And they should have learned at some point on how to deal with a fire or any emergency situations. At least by 10, they should know. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And for the listeners who don't think that, I'm going to say this. I feel sorry for you.
Bruh.
I have taught my children, which are above 10, but I have taught my children how to deal with certain situations. I'm not going to put it out there which situations I taught them.
Bruh.
Shut up, Ed. But I have taught my children how to deal with certain situations if they were to arise. And to me, if you're a parent, you should teach your children how to deal with certain situations if they arise. Because most children, they're going to panic anyway. But there are some, you just, you teach them. The same way you teach them how to potty. You understand?
Bruh.
You can teach them many other things. So in this situation, I think, I don't think the bell should be high. I should say that. I don't think the bell should be that high. But is that between both of them, or is that just one of them? Okay, it's between both. So the bell is 1.5 million between both of them. But yes, they should be blamed, because, ladies and gentlemen, to all my listeners out there, no child that is 10 years old should be out at 10 p.m. And this, in my opinion, that is where the parents are at fault. That's where they're at fault for allowing their young children, they're not even teenagers at that. They're not even teenagers, but
Bruh.
allowing their preteens to go out at such a time, to me, it was reckless. It was reckless. And I also agree with you, Ed. It could have been at any time. It could have been at any time, but it was reckless for them doing it at that time. If they got hit at 10 o'clock in the morning, that's one thing, but they didn't. They got hit at 10 p.m. That's when they got hit. So we send our condolences to the life that was lost in this situation. And we're also going to give a round of applause to the rapid response that was in this situation. Can we get them a chair real quick for the rapid response, for the emergency crew? Yeah, let's do that. All right, that's my view and that's my opinion on this particular topic. Ed, drop my ball. All right, I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me and I so appreciate that. You could also check us out on our other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. There will be a listing for that on your screen, so you can check that out. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. Until next episode, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all later. Peace out.
Wait, what? Wait.